A few minutes later, President Bush took to the air from Sarasota.
Today we've had a national tragedy. Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
And a short time after that, the president's suspicions were more or less confirmed when a plane crashed near the Pentagon. A portion of the Pentagon has now collapsed. Government buildings in Washington, including the Capitol and the White House, were evacuated after a credible threat, obviously this morning, of a terrorist attack. The FAA shut down all aircraft takeoffs nationwide. Then shortly after 10, One World Trade Center in New York collapsed about an hour after being hit by a plane. American Airlines says that one of the planes that crashed into the Trade Center was American Airlines Flight 11, hijacked after takeoff from Boston en route to Los Angeles. Senior law enforcement officials say that a car bomb then exploded outside the State Department in Washington, and then the second tower of the World Trade Center collapsed at 10:28. It was only 14 minutes ago, but it seems like a lifetime. Let's go to 1010 Winds reporter Eileen LaPalmer. She's stationed outside City Hall. Eileen? Okay, Eileen is not with us at this point. 1010 Winds reporter Mona Rivera in Brooklyn. Mona.
Yes, as you know, the subway system has been shut down, and many people were traveling to Manhattan from Brooklyn when the disaster occurred. I spoke with some people who were on the Manhattan-bound A train from Brooklyn, and Sonia Warner was one of them. She says that people were afraid that the subway system would be bombed.
I overheard somebody talking to me and telling me that two planes had crashed into the World Trade Center and that they were stopping all of the train service into Manhattan. And I just decided to get off the train now and just get off. That's it.
People coming out of the subway here in Brooklyn are standing on the street. They're gaping at the black plume of smoke. There are some spots along Atlantic Avenue where you can normally see the Twin Towers. Now you can't see anything, just empty space. Quite a sight. Mona Rivera, 1010 Winds, live in Brooklyn.
Okay, Mona, this is not the most important thing we have to relate to you this morning, but we will relay it nevertheless. The Yankee game tonight at Yankee Stadium has been postponed in view of the current events. And let's go now to 1010 Winds reporter Eileen LaPalmer. We tried to hook up with her a few moments ago down at City Hall, and we do have her now, Eileen.
Well, sorry, Lee. As you can imagine, it is absolute chaos here. The police are moving everyone north. The objective here is to get everyone as far away from the World Trade Center as possible. Right now, I am on Chambers Street here, near 26 Federal Plaza. The police are evacuating all the buildings in the surrounding area, obviously for fear that there might be another attack. I was outside of 26 Federal Plaza talking to a man who was in the subway at the very moment when Tower 1 collapsed about a half hour ago.
We came out here and saw this tremendous, I guess it's dust and chaos from the buildings here. And that was a strange place to be when this happened.
As you hear that yelling, that is the police officers telling everyone to get down. At the moment when Tower 1 collapsed, smoke began billowing up Broadway. Right now, everyone is walking around with masks, covering their faces. People just wandering the streets, covered in blood, covered in plaster. They were near the site when the buildings collapsed. Eileen LaPalmer, 1010 Winds, live outside of 26 Federal Plaza.
And what had been our big story this morning is the big story no more. The primary in New York City has been canceled in the events, which are tragic and horrific. Again, 2 hours ago, a little over 2 hours ago, there were two towers of the World Trade Center. At this hour, there are none. Both have been hit by planes, and both eventually substantial. We don't know at this point. We do hear that many people were able to get out of the towers before they collapsed, and we did get a call into EMS at one point, and they basically said, don't even ask. 1010 Winds reporter Steve Kastenbaum is in